Welcome back to Survival Mindset. Before we begin, I want you to just pause. Stop everything you're doing for a moment and truly listen to the sounds surrounding you right now.
It's the relentless ping of message notifications, the aggressive honking of cars outside the window, or sometimes it's a silence, but a heavy, suffocating silence filled with nameless anxieties about the future, about bills, and the crushing weight of expectations on our shoulders.
We're living in the strangest era of human history. We are connected to the entire world with a single tap, yet we feel lonelier than ever in our own rooms. We possess comforts that the emperors of old wouldn't even dare to dream of, and yet our stress levels are hitting record highs.
Every morning we wake up, the first thing we touch is our phone, and immediately a relentless assault begins. It doesn't just bring news, it brings the pressure to succeed as we stare at everyone else's highlight reels, the fear of being left behind, and the instability of a world changing far too fast. How do we keep from being swept away in that storm?
The answer, surprisingly, isn't found in the latest productivity apps or cutting-edge AI. It lies in ancient wisdom, forged through blood and fire over 2,000 years ago. It is Stoicism.
Stoicism? That sounds cold and harsh.
Not at all. Imagine you possess an invisible, yet invincible, psychological shield. Any poison arrow that life throws your way, be it cruel criticism, humiliating failure, or the pain of loss, simply bounces off that shield, leaving you with a sense of absolute equanimity.
A shield in the heart of the modern city? I want to know how to forge it.
Then come with me as we journey back in time to meet the great emperor Marcus Aurelius and the slave-turned-philosopher Epictetus. Today, we will explore the 5 core techniques to build a fortress for your soul. Let's begin. The first technique we must master is the very foundation of all freedom. Epictetus, born into the chains of slavery, distilled it into one vital concept: the dichotomy of control.
The dichotomy of control? It sounds like we're trying to sort through the clutter of our own minds.
Precisely. Imagine your mind is a dedicated gatekeeper at a vital mountain pass. The gatekeeper's job isn't to stop everything, but to sort them into 2 separate boxes.
2 boxes? What's inside them?
The first box contains things you have absolute control over: your thoughts, your will, and how you react to the world. The second is much larger. It contains everything outside your reach: the weather, the economy, the judgment of the crowd, or even the final outcome of an effort you've put in.
But in reality, right, we do the exact opposite. We stay up late worrying about social media algorithms. We suffer over a colleague's scowl, or we tremble at the fluctuations of a stock chart.
Exactly. And that is a fatal mistake. When you place your happiness in that second box, the box of things you cannot control, you hand yourself over as a slave to chance. You become a pawn tossed around mercilessly by fate.
So the shield here is letting go, isn't it?
It's more like ultimate focus. Epictetus taught you don't control whether you get fired, but you have total control over your work ethic and your composure in facing that risk. You don't control what others think of you, but you control the integrity with which you treat them.
A strange kind of peace. When I stop trying to control the crashing waves out there and start focusing on steadying my own rudder, that is when I am truly free.
Inspiring. Remember this first shield. Invest your energy inward. When the world outside is in chaos, the Stoic simply smiles and asks, "Is this within my control?" If not, let it pass like clouds over a mountain peak. After we've sorted what we can control, we enter a challenging psychological exercise. The Stoics called it Premeditatio Malorum, or the premeditation of evils.
That sounds so negative and gloomy.
Aren't we always told to think positive to attract good things? Why look for the darkness?
Calm, profound. Because fear doesn't actually come from what happens. It comes from uncertainty and surprise. We fear failure because we hide from it in our minds. But listen, the Stoics advise you every morning before the world wakes up, spend exactly 2 minutes rehearsing loss.
Rehearsing loss. How exactly?
Whispering, guiding. Close your eyes and imagine. Imagine that the job you're so proud of could vanish tomorrow. Imagine that your vibrant health suddenly fails. Or, more painfully, think about the possibility of a loved one leaving you forever.
Choked up, emotional. But what's the point other than sadness?
Firm, resolute. It gives you a mind of steel. When you have lived through that pain in your mind, if the worst actually happens, you won't be in shock. You will be strangely calm, ready to find a solution instead of collapsing.
I see. It's like a psychological vaccine, injecting a bit of the toxin to build a robust immune system.
Exactly. And there's an even greater gift: deep gratitude. When you realize everything you have is just on loan from fate, you stop taking it for granted. You'll drink your coffee this morning with utter appreciation. You'll hug your family a little tighter because you know this moment is unique and it could be the last.
Inspired. Modern anxiety often stems from coddling ourselves in a false sense of security. This technique, it really woke me up.
Resonant. Don't let fear control you. Stay one step ahead of it. Your shield is now made not just of reason, but forged through the fire of facing the truth. Have you ever noticed that when we're under pressure, our vision narrows into a tunnel? A reprimand from a boss, a malicious comment online, suddenly becomes your entire world. You feel as if the sky is falling on your head.
Yes, my heart races, my chest tightens. In that moment, I can't think of anything else. That problem, it consumes every corner of my mind, as big and terrifying as a monster.
That is when you need the view from above. Now, take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Imagine your soul gently floating upward, leaving the cramped room where you sit.
I'm floating up. I see my roof. The streets intertwining like tiny threads.
Don't stop. Go higher. Higher than the noisy, bustling city. Look, the streams of traffic are now just tiny specks of light. The skyscrapers suddenly look like toy blocks, and now fly beyond the atmosphere. Look, our blue planet, spinning silently amidst the eternal silence of the universe.
Looking down from here, the Earth is so small. And my troubles, where are they? I can't even see them anymore.
The great Emperor Marcus Aurelius practiced this daily. He reminded himself, the arguments, the jealousies, the pressures of power, they are all just dust in the billion-year flow of history. What you fear today, 100 years from now, no one will remember. 10,000 years from now, the dust will have covered it all.
It's a strange feeling. My problems are still there, but they aren't scary anymore. They're just tiny challenges in a vast life, and an even vaster universe.
This technique doesn't make difficulties disappear, but it puts them in their place. When you have the perspective of a god from above, your shield becomes firmer than ever against the fleeting fluctuations of the world. Hold on to this calm. We have one more rung to climb. We have learned to sort, to prepare, and to see the big picture. Now, let us step onto the highest rung of the Stoic spirit, a powerful Latin concept, Amor Fati, love of fate.
Love my fate? I can accept what happens, but love it? That's hard. How can I love a failed project or love being treated unfairly? That sounds like we're lying to ourselves about suffering.
Listen, a small candle is blown out by the wind, but a great fire uses that same wind to roar even brighter. A Stoic doesn't see obstacles as barriers, they see them as fuel. In modern life, when we face misfortune, we often cry out, "Why me? This is so unfair." But Amor Fati teaches you to say, "Excellent, this is exactly what I need to train."
Turning everything into an exercise. So what if I'm stuck in traffic today and late for an important meeting?
Excellent. That's an exercise in patience. What if your boss criticizes you harshly in front of your peers? Excellent. That's an exercise in humility and emotional mastery. If you just lost a large sum of money, that's an exercise in letting go. Don't just endure reality reluctantly. Learn to embrace it like a stern but wise teacher.
It's a strange feeling. My problems are still there, but they aren't scary anymore. They're just tiny challenges in a vast life and an even vaster universe.
Precisely. This is the highest state of survival. You are no longer just a survivor scraping by. You thrive because of adversity. The world cannot throw anything at you that will break you, because you will use the very stones they throw at you to build your own monument of glory. Hold that fire in your heart, because right now we are entering the final sanctuary, a place no power on earth can reach. We have forged the shield through the harshest trials. Now I want to take you to the safest place, the final refuge that no force on earth can violate. The Stoics called it the Inner Citadel.
A citadel? But how can I build it when I'm surrounded by judgment, jealousy, and the pressure to be perfect? I feel so fragile against the attacks of public opinion.
Wake up, my friend. You feel hurt not because others attack you, but because you have opened the door to that hurt yourself. See the essence of the matter. If someone hurls insults, they are merely vibrations of air coming from a mouth, nothing more, nothing less. Hurt is only born when you whisper to yourself, "They have belittled me. This is terrible." If you withdraw that judgment, your citadel stands firm.
So the key is within me. This fortress isn't built of stone, but of awareness. Who am I when I strip away my titles? Who am I without my possessions or the crowd's approval?
When you find strength in your own integrity, you realize the world outside can be in total chaos, yet it cannot touch the deep peace within. The Inner Citadel is built every day through discipline and silence. It is the place you can always return to for rebirth, no matter how devastated the world outside becomes. Dear friends, our journey of forging the Stoic shield ends for today. But remember one core thing. A survival mindset isn't about expensive gear. It begins with the resilience of your own mind.
5 ancient techniques: the Dichotomy of Control, negative visualization, the view from above, Amor Fati, and the Inner Citadel. They are no longer just words on a page. They are your weapons to face this volatile 21st century.
Don't strive for immediate perfection. Just today, when faced with anger or anxiety, just pause for a heartbeat. Take a deep breath and ask, "Do I have control over this?" That is already a great victory for a true warrior.
Thank you for joining Survival Mindset. Remember, the world may be chaotic, but your mind is your own kingdom. Protect it, train it, and you will not just survive, you will thrive.
Wishing you a day of peace and resilience. See you on the next journey. Goodbye for now.